Good evening. Tonight is evening 6. Yay, I had another day at work, so it was a busy day. I definitely missed cycling. And I really have to say, I'm surprised at how wonderful this fast is going. Like, the last time I did a 15-day fast, it was like every day, I'm hungry, I feel crap. Then again, I was in the middle of depression when I was doing it. It's amazing how your mood makes such a big difference. Like with this one, I'm like all the time, constantly, I need to get healthier, I need to get stronger. Like I know that fasting is good for you. I know that a gentle strain on the body is really good for you, and that's what fasting is. Like I'm not running marathons, but whenever I'm walking, in my head I'm like, all right, let's walk well, let's not be sluggish about it. I'm just constantly making sure I'm just being alert and staying focused and being active in it. And the first few days of the fast, especially like day 4, and going to work, and that blip there that was the hardest. I think having really pushed through that really set a precedent for the rest of the fast going well, because my body was kind of like, oh crap, and now everything seems to be so much easier. Which is really great news. I'm going to attempt to go cycling tomorrow because I have a day off, which is great. So we'll see how I feel in the morning. Let's go into stats. So yesterday I burnt 2,270 calories. The lowest my heart rate went to in the night is 50, and my resting heart rate went up actually to 58. And I'm guessing that probably was because it's so hot and I felt really sluggish. Because of the heat. Like I could tell I had energy, but the heat, you kind of know it. When you're hot, you just don't want to move really. And it's a heat wave. It was like 28 degrees, 29. Yeah. So I suspect that's why, that strain. And also I didn't go cycling in the morning. And I didn't go cycling today. So I think that might have impacted it. So I know it will drop again because I'm fasting, so it has to drop. It's happened before where a few days into the fast you get a little blip where it goes up, but then it keeps on going down. So I'm not worried about this at all. In terms of glucose and ketones, this morning when I woke up, my glucose was at 3.3 and my ketones were at 4, giving me a glucose ketone index of 0.8, which means that I woke up in the highest level of therapeutic ketosis, below a GKI of 1, which is the goal for healing. And actually, talking about healing, my hands, like they used to feel so dry all the time. I used to have to constantly moisturize. But I've noticed in the last few days, I can wash my hands and I don't need to moisturize afterwards. It's incredible. Like I've not had this for years. It's like I'm so excited, and like the swelling feels like it's going away, and this hand is looking slowly more and more normal all the time. Like it's getting difficult to tell the difference between it too much. So I'm so pleased with how everything is going. I did think about food a little bit today. I felt like, oh, I'm looking forward to eating again, but I suspect that was because of the heat, because it's just so hot. And where I was working, I actually took a little mini thermometer with me and it said it was 25 degrees. I had to work in 25 degrees today. No wonder I was feeling a little bit sluggish and my metabolism slowed down and I started to feel hungry in that heat. Who wouldn't? So I seem to be, when I'm at home and resting, I seem to be below a GKI of 1. When I'm at work or I've just come back from work, I seem to dip above it. So I just came back from work. And 20 minutes after coming back from work, I measured my glucose and ketones, and my glucose was at 3.9, which is normal because it was a walk uphill, and my glucose, as we know, goes up to about 4 when I'm fasting. It seems to be the level. And my ketones had dropped to 3.9, which we know is kind of also normal, but higher than last time. But then 5 minutes later, I felt like this relaxation come over me. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to measure them again, because as we know from past experience, half an hour after testing, I'll test again, and my glucose would have dropped back down to normal 3.5-ish, and my ketones would have rocketed up putting me back in the GKI of below 1. However, 5 minutes later, what I noticed, my glucose from 3.9 had risen to 4.5 within 5 minutes, and my ketones had increased from 3.9 to 4.1. So I'm just above the glucose ketone index of 1. I'm actually at 1.1 at the moment, but I imagine that as I continue to wind down, that I will dip back under 1, I'm assuming. We'll see. At some point, my ketones will start pushing into the 5s, 6, and 7s. We'll see how long that takes. The last 2 days, it seems I've been in that battle where I'm just hovering above and below this line. So we'll see how long it takes for me to actually get below this line. So how am I doing otherwise? Today I had good energy. I didn't burn a lot of it right at the beginning at cycling. It was also really hot, and when I was working you do feel sluggish, and I do know my metabolism slowed down a bit then, but I'm back home now and I'm about to turn the aircon on now to cool down and jump into a shower. MCT oil. I had no MCT oil supplements, MCT oil today. I did have supplements when I woke up. This morning when I woke up, I was craving B vitamins. I was craving Marmite actually, which to me is a perfect indication that I'm craving salt and B vitamins. So I didn't have any MCT oil. I just took my supplements with water, and I had some soy sauce. And now I am drinking some more diluted in water, as we know. I also had 2 grams of calcium because that's what I could stomach. This heat wave is going on for another 3 days and nights. Oh my goodness, can it please just end? But at least I'm at home tomorrow for the next 3 days, actually, working from home. So at least I'll be able to sit in my aircon. So hopefully that's going to help me bring those ketones back up, get my metabolism going. Because when you're hot, your metabolism slows down. Or if it doesn't, you get hot and sweaty, like if you're working, that's when the sweat starts coming out. And because I'm fasting, my body is more inclined to slow down the metabolism than start sweating for obvious reasons, preserving energy and all that kind of stuff. And that's it from me today. Fun fact, do you know that all clownfish are born male? And they have the ability to switch their sex, but will do so only to become the dominant female of a group. And the change is irreversible, and that's according to National Geographic. So I hope you are staying safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.